Come back to the channel, people. So previously I kind of went through the mechanics, kind of showing you how grappling would work underneath this new system. That kind of went through a couple of twists and turns. Now, as you guys are all familiar with, when it comes to grappling itself under Suede, when you're in a grapple itself, if they cannot get out of it within a turn, things do kind of change up. In this case, a grappler may harm someone he's entangled or bound with by making a opposed strength roll as an action on their turn. And the strength roll can be used for damage, and bonus, you get a raised damage. So kind of having no extra specs, all the damage, and setups I'll usually work underneath Suede. Now, with this roll, this is kind of different from crushing damage. We kind of go through a whole different thing for it altogether. Now, I think you guys might like it. It might be considered a little complex, a little complicated. I don't think so. That's the beauty of Savage World. It's fast, furious, fun, and you'll see right here what I'm talking about. So, as we get onward for the thing, basically of how it would work is, you would treat submissions as grappling maneuvers where specific modifiers and consequences, basically. So what I mean by that, depending on, say, the hold I went over in a past video, as you can see right here, linked up here. As you're in a back submission hold, taking the back or grapple and mount, those can make a difference. If you're on top of bond, that makes a difference either, because you can commit your submission on either side on offense or defense. It all varies on there. Anyway, enough rambling. So the submissions, basically, you would treat them as grappling maneuvers with a post-fight roll instead of athletics roll, so we'll kind of go a little different here. So the modifiers will be based on type of mission the target state. So stun, prone, whatever you want to consider it, that all works right there. So when it comes to maintaining the submission, it's a repose, strength for agility roll each round against someone, and the penalties will apply for fatigue, injures, and anything else that's involved with the whole action. So escaping, however, same thing, strength or agility to go through, and penalties count it. So first things first, we're gonna go over chokeholds. Very famous ones, your rear naked chokes, your guillotine chokes, your Ezekiel chokes. I know that one's a little more advanced, people, but you get the idea of it. Your Dar strokes you've seen, arm triangles, and pumping. So chokes, they typically restrict airway, blood flow, lead to unconsciousness or submission, or death if you hold on for too long. So basically, to initiate, you go through a fighting roll. It's a -2 if the opponent is aware and defending. Now, when I say aware and defending, we usually would count something like, say, the martial arts edge or something there, because, I'm sorry, if you're not training on combat, someone who is familiar, especially with the right edge connected to it, will give them bonuses and will make you have a disadvantage, but this is all about modified stuff. So, maintaining it is a pay the strength rope each round, and after through successive roll, the target must make a vigor check each round to avoid falling unconscious. So, in some way, it's kind of like a modified version of the drowning rules. If you really want to picture it that way, that's kind of where the inspiration was for it, because you really could just use it that way, but I'm kind of putting a little extra spin to it. So, Jointlocks. So, those things that are applying pressure to joints to cause pain and potential injury, obviously. You got things like your Kimuras, your arm bars, your Americanas. Fun little thing like that. So, still a typical fighting role. -2 there, but aware and defending, as we mentioned. Same setup for maintaining. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So, target you make your arm make 1d6 each round, with a raise increasing the damage to 1d8. Sustained damage may lead to injuries. We have an injury table that will be shown at some point. And that's a whole different discussion for a whole new topic for that. So, when it comes down to complex submissions, so we'll use one, for example, a twister. It's a spinal lock, pretty much targeting the cervical and spine. I'm not getting too technical to but for it. It's a move you rarely ever see, but it's something I'm using because it's a complexity one. So it's because it's so complex, you need a -4 to even use in the first place. As you notice, though, unlike the other one, we're not give you -2 if they're aware and defending. It's just a -4 period because it's very hard to go through. So this one, however, is a pole agility roll because the complexities behind it. You try going through this hold. If you see pictures where we're showing what's going through it, it's not easy. So in this case, the target will do a D8 damage each round, potential for a severe spinal injury. That is something we'll have said about. We'll show you at some point what we have for new injuries on there for ideas for it. So, okay, I've sliced it for them, a little bit more of a complex one too. compression lock on the calf muscle and knee joints. You might guys like that one. It was very interesting. So, this one's a -2 for a fighting roll, opposed for the laying entanglement, to pull agility or strength, however. This one, however, it is a D6 damage. You drown and you go for knee or calf injury, potentially, and then if you're not careful, the penalty rules. Now, we also have things like Gogoplata. That's a chokehold using the shin against the throat. You guys might like that one too. You definitely took some Asian MMA. You'll see some of these cool examples more than you will see the Americans of. So you will deal with fighting roll -2 positioning, and it is a post-strength roll. Now, after 2 rounds, the target must make a written roll to avoid falling unconscious. It's a little different compared to the 3 rounds of a regular chokehold Gogoplata. It's a little more interesting in that way. Now, we have a couple of new things set up, and I will pull up a table showing you this new one at some point. So, if you read through the list, we came up with our new injury types relevant to hand-to-hand combat in particular. So this one, you roll a 1 or a 2, and this is a typical table, each 2d6, as you will find out what we go through. So, a 1 and a 2, concussion. Your character is shaking, you suffer -2 trade roll until healed. You go through a broken rib, you know you tip a cold, minus agility based. Now, in this case, dislocation showed a little bit of a different one compared to regular arm injury. You suffer -1 to strength based rolls, and you cannot use one arm until healed. So we kind of a little bit changed it up, because, you get the one arm and just, you're screwed, but you can just have the in-between. We figured that was a little more logical. I said we, but I really mean me. But, so don't mind me, I'm used to building and designing games with other people, so I'm not used to a solo endeavor, so don't mind me. When it's tickly sometimes, it's just like habit. Now, here's a really horrible one. This is 7-8. You would think this is higher on here, but there are much worse ones. So this one's a spinal injury. Your character would end up being shaken, and you suffer -2 to your agility rolls with a risk of permanent damage. Now, if you obviously go through permanent damage for this, you're not moving and stuff. You're kapoots, you might as well be out of the game. Now, you go through a 9 or a 10, you're going through a torn ligament. As someone who's gone through a torn ligament, it is a biatch. So, the character suffers a -2 to pace and agility-based rolls until healed, so, as you can imagine, that's pretty bad. Now, this one's more severe. This is more likely on a chokehold more than anything else. We're talking about a crushed windpipe. The characters in kit has stated in the require immediate medical attention to avoid death. A picture, almost the setup of like bleeding out if you're not saving them in time. It can ruin them for it. But basically these rules and modifications will help with intensity and the complexities of various submission techniques within Savage Worlds. We kind of add a little bit more depth to it, to the martial arts and the combat encounters overall. So we kind of think of it as spicing it up from there. But you let me know what you guys think of the things I built in so far for submissions. I have some more complex ones down the pipeline I do kind of want to reveal, but for now I figured easing you into more simple ones kind of work for now. But, leaving your comments, let me know what you think, and we'll come back next time with, I don't know, we'll figure out from there. You let me know what you want. Take care.